Hello, welcome to Verbling. I'm Teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, we will be doing a little business English class. Today's focus will be on managers and leaders, management and leadership. We will be looking at some vocabulary, terminologies to describe management styles, leadership styles. We'll also be talking about is there a difference between managers and leaders? So we will be using a combination of a few exercises and quite a bit of discussion to talk about management and leadership styles. Okay, well, welcome to the class, Sasha. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Again. Okay. Hello, David. How are you today?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
Great. It's nice to have you back again. Also, let me welcome Zach. Hi, Zach.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the class. Hello, hello.
Thank you.
And Hogan. Hello, Hogan.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. You?
Good. Okay. Okay. And it looks like Miko has joined us. Hello, Miko. Welcome to the class.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Terrific. Okay, let's start off. The theme today for the class is managers and leaders. Are they two different things? Are they always different things? Can they be the same thing? Is there a difference between a manager and a leader? Sasha, what is your opinion on that? Is there a difference between a manager and a leader?
The leader is it depends on company. Actually. And
okay.
The company's manager could have a different position in company. He as well could be a leader in company, like sales manager in a big maybe car company that who make a bulk profit. But a leader, it's like I don't know, a leader of company. I don't know.
Okay. All right. We're getting us started here. I mean, we're going to talk about this a lot more all class. Okay. So we'll talk about it some more. David, what do you think? Is there a difference between a leader and a manager?
Yes, I think a good manager has to be a leader, but a leader could not be a manager. Could be any other thing. I think if you want to be a good manager, you have to do things and convince others to do the same things that you do, showing them how to do it and showing them what's the correct way. I think I am a manager in my work, and I'd like to think that I am a leader also.
I like how you said that, David. I would like to think. That's
yes.
very, very good English-speaking phrase to use. And very modest, very nicely put. Okay. We've had a bunch of other people join us here, so let me welcome Lena to the class. Hi, Lena.
Hi, Oakley. Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. I'm not sure if I'm as full of energy as you are, but good. Okay. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
All right. Let me also welcome Frank. Hi, Frank.
Hello.
Welcome back. Hello again.
Welcome back. Hello again.
Thank you. Okay. Let me also welcome Yanli.
Hi. Can you
Hi.
hear me?
Yes, I can. How should I?
This is Yan Li. Come from Singapore. I come here to learn my spoken English because my English is quite broken.
Okay. Yan Li. All right. Hi. I'm Oakley.
Hi.
Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome to the class.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Yes, Frank.
I think Singapore's official language is English.
Is that what you think? Well,
It's first
Yan
official language.
well, what does Yan Li think? Yan Li, what is the official language of Singapore?
English.
It is English. Okay.
Yeah, English.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Have you been in Singapore before?
Me? Yes, I have. As a matter of fact. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. No comment. We can talk about that later. Let me also welcome Gustavo to the class. Hi, Gustavo.
Hi, Oakley.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. In you?
Good. I'm good. Okay. We're talking about leaders and managers. All right. There's a lot of people here, so I'm going to get right to some of the material. I want to share something with you. Okay. I'm going to share basically some quotes, and then have you kind of pick out what is this quote really about or concerned with. You'll see what I mean. Hang on. To hopefully learn a little vocabulary and foster some discussion at the same time. I'm going to turn to Zach now. Zach?
Yes.
Okay, can you do me a favor and read the quote, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, sure. Amongst other things, she has this tremendous ability to see how things could be in the future and how the organization should develop.
Okay, now, what are we talking about here? What do you think, what aspect of business leadership or management do you think we're talking about here? Things
I think
like Go ahead.
I think it's a vision. She has a vision.
Very good. All right. I would agree with you. If you have vision, you can see things down the road. I once took a leadership course where they talked about seeing the horizon and beyond the horizon as being a measure of having good vision. Zach, now, having vision, or this quote, does this apply more to a manager or a leader, or both?
I think it applies more to a leader, as I think, to my opinion, a leader is more of a feature a person have or have not, and the manager, a good manager, like someone said here, he has this ability to have also a vision to be a leader. So if this quote represents a good leader, and if a manager is good, is well working, he might be also a leader.
Okay. Okay. First of all, Zach, in my opinion, not to my opinion, in my opinion. All right. Okay. And what did you say? Well, working. Oh, okay. Not sure. Works well. If they work well, but okay. I think I got your idea. A little vague. As we talk business, guys, or actually any general English, actually, we're looking at general ideas about leadership and managing. Feel, excuse me. Please feel free to bring up specific examples that you know in your experience. That will help us to understand and clarify your point of view, and also be interesting that way. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to talk to Hogan. Hogan, how about this one?
He's just great at producing a new, unusual ideas, things other people would never have thought of.
I like your intonation. Very good.
Thank you. The second one, I think it's from the bottom. I would choose originality.
Originality. Okay. Maybe.
That's because it's a new, unusual ideas.
Original.
Yeah, original.
Right.
Original.
Original. Okay, you basically just defined it for us. Okay, originality and creativity. Originality and creativity, is this an aspect that you would find to be more important for a manager or a leader?
I think it's more important to leaders.
Why would you say so?
I think if you have some original idea and new ideas, then it can innovate the company's new product or some procedures to work, and it can eventually give benefit to the company. So,
okay.
Yeah, it could apply to the managers, but I think it's more on the leaders, I guess.
All right. Okay, Shogun, what happens if you have your mid-level managers all having their own creative, original way of going about doing their operations, whatever, providing their service or creating their product or whatever they're doing?
I don't think it's a good idea. So in that case, the system in the company may be messed up, and the goal may not be achieved because there are a lot of new ideas and discussions going on. So they cannot probably concentrate on some the original goals. So I don't think it's a good idea from the mid manager. So they have to follow some established rules and regulations and do not change much.
Yeah, right. We have an expression in English: one hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing. So it's hard to work together if nobody knows what someone else is doing. You know, right? I think I agree with you. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Miko, is Miko still here?
Yeah.
Hi, Miko.
Hi.
Hi, dog.
Sorry.
Hi, Miko's dog.
My neighbor's dogs.
Oh, the neighbor's dog. Okay.
Okay.
My goodness. Can you read this quote here? Number 3?
Yeah, number 3, yeah. I really like the fact that he gives us our plenty of responsibility. We are feel empowered. Sorry for the dog.
Yeah, it's okay. A little chaotic, but okay. Which aspect is that quote dealing with, do you think? What characteristic does this leader have or manager? B.
Yeah.
Ability to delegate. All right. Miko, are you good at delegating authority?
I'm not
Good at
sure
delegating?
myself.
Okay.
Maybe I could.
Maybe. Okay. What does that mean to delegate?
It's like you can be how to say, you can do the job as your uh, the manager say or the people ask you to do. Like how to say, I don't know in English. Not like volunteer, but you go in the name of the company.
Uh-huh. You are instructed, or you are at, we usually say something like you're instructed to, or you're asked to do something by your boss. When,
Uh-huh.
okay. When you delegate, all right, we often co-locate the word delegate authority or delegate responsibility. Okay, so in a company, when you delegate responsibility, you make somebody responsible for that particular job or that particular project, what have you. Right now, what does it mean, Miko, when the person says it makes us feel empowered?
Like you have power, or you
Yeah.
have, you are allowed to do it, or yeah, you have power.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're right. It's pretty simple, actually.
Yeah.
Right. Like you have power and you have the freedom and power to do the job however you want. Okay. Is this, would you think this is more of an attribute of a leader or a manager or both?
In my opinion, I think manager usually they have more power, but the leaders maybe they have more hearts to control or take care of the people in the company. I feel like the manager just only the position, but I mean the manager may be only good as a job or as a work, focus on the work, but the leaders they can do or can control people in his hands very well. Just like.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you might want to use gerunds. Focusing on the job or working. The managers are good at focusing on the actual work. We can say, Miko, we can say operations.
Operation.
Yeah, regardless if you're talking about making a product or providing a service, the management or the part of the staff that is concerned with actually the stuff you sell, all right, things that people are paying money for, that's operations. Of course, you have other departments in a company, you know, human resources, research and development, etc., legal, whatever. But okay. All right. Do you think both leaders and managers need to be able to delegate?
Yes.
Yeah, undoubtedly. You can't do everything. Do
Yeah.
you know what that's called when a manager, especially a manager, tries to watch every little thing that his subordinate person under him is a subordinate, the worker. All right. When a manager tries to watch and keep an eye on every little thing and the process of a worker, do you know what that's called?
Mm-mm.
Okay, we have a word for that. And it's called micromanaging.
Managing.
Micromanaging, when basically the manager is watching over your shoulder as you do everything. Sound like fun?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, micromanagers are a pain in the neck. Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's really disturbing to have somebody watch everything you do. Okay, it's because they can't delegate authority, or they're not willing to let go of the responsibility. That's basically, they can't let go of control. Not particularly a great thing. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Lena, let me talk to you for a minute.
Yes.
All right,
I
read this one.
Sure. I'd say one of his strong points is his ability to get down to the nitty-gritty. Nothing is so minor that it escapes his attention.
Okay, well, maybe he's a micromanager. I don't know. Get down to the nitty-gritty. That's a nifty little phrase. What does that mean, Lena?
It means something like to the basic facts, something like basic facts. To start with basic facts of situation.
Okay. Okay, the nitty-gritty. Well, actually, it's kind of maybe, but maybe also it's talking about the details. Okay, the nitty-gritty. Let's get down. You're right. It can mean let's get down to the nitty-gritty. If I say that, it means okay, I want to get down to the underlying reasons or problems, the most important aspects. You're right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sometimes it can mean to get down to the details of the important part, but both of those things really. Okay, so which type of skill are we talking about here?
I think it's C, attention to detail.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, attention to detail and the important, and both what I said and what you said, and the important, the more important details. Okay. What do you think? Is this something that's important for leaders or managers? Or both?
I'm not sure. To my mind, leadership and management must go hand in hand. Yes.
Okay.
Probably it's more important for manager. I think the leaders they're visionaries, motivate and lead the staff.
Okay, visionaries. Oh, I like that. Visionaries and motivators. Very good. Yeah, I'm glad that somebody threw in that word, motivation. All right.
If I can continue, I think that managers are more reactive in their action. For example, leaders are proactive, and just managers they value result, and leaders they value achievement.
Okay. All right. I like that too. Proactive versus reactive. These are good words to know in English if you are in any way involved in business. And I agree. I like her point. That's an excellent point. A visionary, a motivator needs to be proactive. Think about problems before they develop. Think about how to keep the staff motivated, how to keep the vision of the company progressive, right? As opposed to a manager who's dealing with problems, which forces them to be reactive. Yeah, leaders don't like to be forced into a position of being reactive. They don't like to have problems. You know, you can see this if you know, like what's that guy, Virgin Airlines, Brandt? You know, and when he has big problems, you can tell it really drives him bananas. You can tell he's going crazy. He doesn't want to hear it. That's for his managers. Okay, that's great. Good job, Lena. Great, some great points there. I like what you had to say, Frank. Okay, can you read this one for me, Frank? Number 5 here.
Number 5. One thing I have to say about him is that he has excellent people skills. He can handle even the most awkward member of staff.
Very good. Awkward. Okay. What aspect are we talking about? Sorry?
Is it your sibling?
My sibling? What?
Awkward.
Awkward?
Yes, you are Oakley and awkward.
Oh, no, I have no, no, Frank. I don't feel the least bit awkward. Okay, anyway, Frank, what aspect are we talking about here? All right, you have the
skills, good interpersonal skills.
Yeah. Okay. Good interpersonal skills. Yes, indeed. Frank, have you ever heard the expression a people person or good with people? He's really good.
People.
Yeah.
So he made a good relationship between them.
That's right. And these are more informal ways of saying the same thing. Interpersonal skills. You're good with people. He's a people person. Okay, he's good in the relationships. That's right. Frank, is it more important for a leader or a manager to have good interpersonal skills?
It's
or both.
Important. No, it's for leader.
Really? Why?
Yes, because manager is supposed to focus on the affairs or something else, but the leader should have a good interpersonal skills between people, and it makes
him or her
build up a permanent relationship with other people.
Okay, but Frank, how close should a leader be to his subordinates? Not at all. A little bit.
As friendly as possible.
As what?
As close.
As close as possible.
As close as possible.
I don't know about that one.
I think intimate relationship is best to describe.
Do you? Okay, yeah. I have to say that perhaps I disagree with you a little bit on that.
Why? Why not? Same as intimate relationship.
Well, okay. I kind of disagree. I think a leader, someone at the very top of a pinnacle of the company, really can't afford to have close relationships with subordinate workers under him. I think that would be far too distracting, for one, and second, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think there are any right or wrong answers in this discussion. But I think it's better for a manager. A manager has to know something about what's going on in the lives of his workers. Really, if you know nothing about their personal lives, it's really hard to figure out when they suddenly become unmotivated, or they stop doing the job the way they used to, or I think for a manager, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but in my opinion, that's just my opinion. Oh, okay. Anyway, well, that one's debatable. Shall we just put that one down to being debatable? Okay, moving on. Yan Lee is not here. Okay, Gustavo has also left. Sasha, back to you, number 6.
One thing she's particularly good at is problem solving. In our line of work we seem to go from crisis to crisis, but she seems to be able to get everything running smoothly again.
Okay. Talking about reactive. Completely reactive. All right. What are we talking about here? What management skill or leadership skill? Sasha, are you there?
Yeah. I don't know what is a delegate and maybe troubleshooting skills.
Definitely. What we're talking about, troubleshooting skills, problem-solving skills, troubleshooting skills, pretty much the same idea. Yeah, okay. Crisis after crisis. Sasha, have you ever worked in a place where it was crisis after crisis? Oh, what fun.
Yes, I was worked as a sales and ultimately actually it closed down.
Yeah,
Company closed down.
yeah. If any of you guys have ever worked in any kind of startup, I don't care. I've worked in a startup BPO, a startup marketing company, a startup hotel, a startup restaurant, all of the above I've worked in, and it's just, yeah, crisis after crisis. Starting a company is not easy. Any company. I really don't think there's such a thing as an easy company to start. I think troubleshooting skills is very good for somebody who's working in a startup company. That's my opinion. Sasha, what is your opinion about this aspect? Is this something you want a manager to be doing, or a skill you want a manager to have, or a leader to have?
Both, I guess, but mostly the leader who, like CEO, who runs company, because it depends on him how to survive.
Yeah. Okay. I think it depends on the company and the size of the company as well. But I don't know. I don't know too many leaders who really want to be messing around with crises. Although, yeah, working in a small company, that's basically what the leader's doing, jumping from crisis to crisis. Okay. I don't know about that one. Personally, if I was leading a company, I would hire someone specifically to do this so I don't have to ever do this, basically. That would be my approach. That's why I hire an IT staff, or, that would be me, though. I would not want to deal with crisis after crisis. It's very energy draining. That's just my opinion, though. Maybe I'm living in a fantasy world. I don't know, but I don't know. Okay, moving on, David.
Yes.
Okay.
She has a totally practical approach. I mean, she doesn't just sit in her office theorizing. She rolls up her sleeves and gets down to work with the rest of us.
Okay, so, all right. She's not really a visionary.
No.
Okay, yeah. What
I
is she?
think eliminating, I think, is A.
Yeah, through elimination. Okay. A hands-on approach. Yeah, actually, all right. We use those hands-on, roll up your sleeves. Okay, down to earth. All of those things we talk about somebody who just does the work. Is this all right? Is this aspect something you look for more in a leader or a manager, or both?
Both, because like I told at the beginning of the class, I think a manager has to be a leader, and because if we talk about leader, and we are not talking about business, we can think in leaders like Jesus, Martin Luther King, Steve Jobs, and many other people that could inspire you to do things. But in our jobs, I think a good way to be a good manager is to work with your people and if you do it, I think you become a leader, and you will be a good manager. I think it's good to go down to the earth and work with your people.
Okay. Not go down to the earth, get down to earth, or really be down to earth. A person is down to earth. He's a really down to earth individual.
Okay.
All right, okay. David, I think you're talking about leading by example. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's the phrase for you in English. You lead by example, right? Yes, and a person who leads by example rolls up their sleeve, pitches in, jumps into the work. Those are other phrases we could use. Definitely we would be described as very down to earth. My boss is very down to earth. He just jumps in and does the work with us. And yes, it's a good way to earn respect if you're a manager. Yeah? I mean,
yes.
You agree? Yeah. If you're willing to get dirty with the rest of the team, so to speak. And by the way, whether you're actually in the dirt digging a hole, or you're in sales and you're actually trying to close deals, we can use this euphemism, this expression in English. The general idea, the metaphor, if you're going to get dirty, it means that you're going to do what your workers do. You're going to actually, like a sales team manager who actually goes and gets a client and signs him and closes the deal. All right, he's going to jump in and get dirty with the rest of us. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean you're doing anything negative or immoral or illegal. In this case, the metaphor, the idea is you're just like this, rolling up your sleeves and getting to work. Okay. All right, moving on. Last one to look at here. Zach, number 8. Zach, are you still here? Yeah.
Yes. She's just excellent at getting her ideas across. To give you just one example.
Okay. I wish they did give us an example because I don't see it. Okay. What skill are we talking about here?
I think also number A, hands-on approach.
Maybe she's able to get across her ideas. So I think there's the one.
D. So good communication.
Yeah, I overlooked it as well, Zach. Okay, good communication skills. All right. That doesn't mean you know how to use actual technological equipment. That means that you can talk and people understand what you're saying, or you can talk and people will listen to you. Yeah. Okay, now, is this important for leaders or managers or both?
I think it's important for managers to be able to communicate well with the workers, with the subordinates. I think they must have this ability.
Yeah, I would tend to think both. You know, managers, leaders, any kind of person, and you got to be able to communicate what you want to be done, right? I mean, regardless. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so I think we've seen that some of these skills are a little more important for the CEO or chairman of the board. Things like being visionary. Okay. Originality, and some of them are better for I think for managers, and some for both. But to some degree, basically all of these skills or abilities are things that you're looking at in any kind of leader, in the management, overall leader, you know. And lots of these phrases, by the way, if you're jotting notes or you download the material from the class description. Great stuff to put in your resume. If you're trying to get any kind of management job, these are like keywords for management job interviews or cover letters and the like. Okay, I'm going to jump to something a little different. We're going to talk about types of management. Okay, so learn some collocations and some good, hopefully useful vocabulary here. All right, I'm going to do a little exercise with you. Management expressions and their definitions. And again, we'll talk about them as we go along a little bit. Hogan, okay. All right, for example, all right, time management, the skill of administering your time so as to work effectively. Okay, well, obviously, this is very important. Hogan, let's talk about time management. Have you ever been a part of oh, and now I forgot what it's called. Oh my goodness, what is it called when you actually figure out? I forgot it. You actually figure out exactly how much time you spend doing everything. It's a real pain in the neck. It's a study. It's called a study. Time work study. Time and motion study. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, couldn't remember. Hogan, do you know what a time and motion study is?
I've never heard about it.
Well, it's a giant pain in the neck is what it is. Basically, you have to detail what you spend your time doing every second of the day. And I mean every second of the day. So as to learn and be able to analyze how much time do you actually spend on your email, on communications, on staff training, on the various aspects of whatever your job is.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, actually, that is pretty much overhead. So you have to concentrate on your work, not like those timing motion stuff, because you cannot remember every single time what you have spent on. So it's good for the management, but not for the workers.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
Good point. Yeah, but sometimes you have to, because manager wants us to do that so that they can manage the people.
Yeah, it's a giant pain in the neck doing it. It really, basically, it just wastes a couple days while you're doing the study. But anyway, yeah, it is always interesting. I have been a part of a couple of these time motion studies, and there's always some surprising information. Oh my God, I had no idea I spent that much time dealing with emails, things like that. There's always some surprise. Anyway, okay. Also, well, okay, we'll talk about it later. After we look at all these, we'll analyze what we think is more important. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Miko, looking at the next one, number 2 here.
Yes.
Okay, what are we talking about here? Quality management. Which definition does it match?
Quality management. Oops, I really don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Calling maybe the level? Nah.
Not exactly, no. Okay, think of other business terminologies like quality control. Do you have any kind of quality control where you work, Nico? You have to deal with that?
The quality control?
Yeah. Do you have to deal with that? Yeah, some companies, especially if you make a product, you have quality control or even if you have a service, frankly. You might have a quality control officer or officers that will be checking that your work is up to the standards of the company. And that can be measuring the thickness of the plastic or the rubber in your rubber gloves that you're trying to sell, or that all the lengths are the same of the socks that you're trying to sell, whatever. Actually measuring physical things, or service, like if you're in a customer service BPO, that means monitoring calls, making sure that your workers are saying the proper things in the proper order, in the proper time. Stuff like that. Okay?
Is it D?
So it's D, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Managing systems in a company so each department works effectively and produces products of the required standard. You're concerned about standards, or your company's standards, at least. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Mika, have you ever worked in a company where there was some kind of quality control department?
Well, honestly, I haven't had experience like the real working in the company before. So I used to train in the hotel, but it's kind of a little bit different between like for business, because their system in hotel is kind of different because they have a lot of people, like a lot of positions to work for the different sections. So I really don't know exactly about this anymore, but I'm learning.
Right. No, and I used to work in the hotel and restaurant business, Miko.
Oh, okay.
And the quality management is done by the managers. The chef manages the quality of the food that comes out of the kitchen. The housekeeping manager will go check the rooms other people have cleaned from time to time and really look at them very carefully, maybe even score them. Oh, you didn't do this. You didn't put the little white thing on the toilet to show it's sanitary. So in a hotel, the managers end up doing the quality management. You're right. In a big factory, you'd probably have a whole division or department just dedicated to quality management. So it depends. I understand what you're saying, but
okay.
Thank you. Lena, number 3. Line management. What is that referring to?
Line management, I guess it's a direct management of staff.
I guess it would sort of have to be, since there's nothing else. That's a little... Okay.
It sounds a bit strange.
Yeah, it does. I agree with you. I think it's a little more British in origin, but whatever. Basically, think of it this way. Think of the related words. Many businesses talk about the line up. Okay. To not be confused here, a product line, of course, all right, Nike makes a product line. I'm talking about a particular type of shoe that they make. That's their product line. But we also use line to talk about like the production line in a factory. Like the production line for Nike, okay, there's a conveyor belt and somebody sews the tongue into the shoe, and somebody puts the sole on the shoe, and somebody slips in that little cushion inside the shoe. So that's a production line. So line management is really thinking about watching production fundamentally. But
I have heard the expression, I'm sorry for interrupting, in what line of business are you?
Yeah. Well, okay. Line is a very ambiguous word in business. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, and if you say what line of business are you in, yeah, then you're talking about what is your job. Yeah, line is a confusing word in English in business. It has. There we go. I talked about 3 totally different meanings there. Okay. Okay, so basically line management, okay. Again, going back to something I said earlier, sometimes in some companies I've heard that just called operations. In a restaurant, for example, the line is the area where the cooks and chefs work, where they actually produce the food. It has the grill, the fryolators, the saute ovens, the steamer, all of that stuff is referred to as the line. It's where they produce all the food in the restaurant. Okay. Anyway, it comes from that idea, production. So you're managing operations, managing production, managing the line. Anyway, that's the idea generally. Frank, middle management. Who or what is middle management?
What?
Who or what is number 4, middle management?
Where is number 4?
The one with the 4 in front of it, right here, number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that?
I can't see anything.
Okay. Well, what is a middle management? What is middle management?
Between senior management and junior management.
Well, there you go. You can see that. Okay, that's right. Middle level. It's very basic. Okay, mid-level management. And all right, in very large companies. Okay. Who are senior managers, Frank? What kind of titles might they have?
Pre-manager.
Okay. Senior management might include people like vice presidents, vice president. Okay, the vice president. Maybe all the C names. The CEO, chief executive officer, the chief COO, chief operations officer, CFO, chief finance officer, CTO, chief technical officer. These may be senior management in a company. And junior management are basically supervisors of one sort or another. Mid-management is everybody in between, to put it kind of briefly.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's that?
And what is the commander-in-chief?
Commander-in-chief? That would be the president. It depends on, that's usually for government. CIC, and for me as an American commander-in-chief, that's one person and one person only. Right now, his name is Barack Obama. There is only one. We don't usually use that for business. That's for government. It means commander-in-chief of the Army, of the military, not just the Army. Army, Navy, Air Force. Yeah.
So it cannot be used in business.
Well, I'm not saying it cannot be. It's just not. It's just not. Now, chief executive officer, CEO, he may be called the chairman of the board. He may be the president of the company. He may be the owner of the company if it's not a public company. He can go by a lot of different titles. He can be chief god emperor of the company, if that's what he wants to call himself. Sure. But yeah, we don't normally use CIC. That's basically relegated to the president. Okay, let me look at the next one here. Sasha, brand management is concerned with managing what?
Brand manager.
Excuse me.
How company tries to control its brands and brand image.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So who is going to deal with this in a company? What department? Most likely. Or departments. Sasha?
I have no idea.
Well, okay, if you're trying to manage the brand image, okay, that means what people think about your brand, what they associate your brand with. Yes, definitely. Public relations, or maybe a communications department, or maybe marketing department, or some combination of all of the above. Yeah, absolutely. So basically, what the public thinks about your company and your brand is brand management. So there you go. Yeah, all of those things. Number 6, crisis management, David.
And process of dealing with difficult situations.
All right. Crisis. All right. You having many crises in your job, David? You ever have a good crisis?
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. Great.
We need crisis because if
we need crisis.
Yes. If you don't have crisis in your work, I think it could become boring, I think.
Well, that's one way to look at it. Okay. Crisis management, the ability to deal with crises as they appear. Yeah, and they will in every business. Yeah, okay, that one's pretty straightforward. Okay, last one here. Zach, risk management is associated with what?
Risk management is associated with the process of assessing and measuring possible dangers and evolving strategies to deal with them, I think.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. Okay, now this is an interesting terminology because although it's a broad terminology, it can mean different things. What does risk management mean for Lehman Brothers or a investment company?
I think it's their ability to preserve their own money,
yeah, you're right.
Their own capital.
Well, of course, they should be concerned about the risk to their clients, but unfortunately, Zach, you're probably right. They're more concerned with their own capital. Sad, but true. Okay. Yeah, good point. How about a company which ships chemicals and/or petrol products? What does risk management mean for a company that runs oil tankers?
I think the risks are keeping their materials, their oils, for example, keeping it in a good shape. Managing to keep it properly.
That's correct. To protect the goods they are shipping and also to protect their employees. It's a very risky job, shipping chemicals and petrochemicals. People get hurt, and they can lose a lot of money if they smash up one of their ships. Right. Right. So risk management can mean completely different things in different styles of company. Is risk management concerned with losing money or capital, or is risk management actually concerned with health matters and physical health of your employees and the health or protection of your actual products or whatever? Right. So it can mean different things. Okay. Well, that's all we have time for, unfortunately. But I hope you guys learned some interesting or useful terminologies today. And thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.